Today it is our great pleasure and honor to have His Excellency Ambassador, Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Serbia to Republic of Turkey, Mr. Spasojevic, for our interview here. And we would like to use our small time to ask as many questions as possible. And we would like to start with a question which is pretty much connected to today's topic. Is it possible that the outcome of upcoming elections in Serbia can influence the integration process of Serbia into the European Union?
Of course, the elections are there to influence processes. Otherwise, it will be a waste of time, money and effort to ask people what they want. In that sense, I think it can influence, but only in the sense of the speed, not in the sense of the direction where Serbia is heading, which is, I think, a good achievement in Serbia, that there is a wide consensus. Only marginal parties that have maybe 5 to 10% are against European Union membership. Majority of people and all mainstream political parties are strongly in favor of the European Union. So in that sense, the direction towards Europe cannot be changed by the election. The speed can. At least this is what the politicians who are competing saying. If you elect us, we will do it more efficiently, more quickly, but the people will choose.
Okay, so you think there is really low or maybe even no possibility that...
There's no possibility. If you want a very direct answer, there's no possibility that the elections, that the choice of the people could put Serbia off European path.
I particularly wanted to ask about if even theoretically if there was possible a coalition of actually Serbian Progressive Party and Serbian Democratic Party. So you actually rule out this? No,
this is the Serbian Progressive Party is also in favor of the European Union membership. Democratic Party, who is now in the government, is also in favor. I mean, everything is possible in politics. I mean, as long as it is democratic and according to the procedure. Even in United Kingdom today, you have a coalition government of the fierce enemies of yesterday, of liberals and conservatives. In Germany, everybody was talking about grand coalition, and it happened. So it is possible. I mean, it's a European way.
Okay, thank you very much.
You said everything is possible in politics. Is it also possible for Serbia to access European Union without solving the Kosovo issue?
I think that formally and I think genuinely these two processes are separate. And I think they should be kept separate. Look what the Cyprus issue is doing to Turkish membership. Kosovo, of course, on the other side, if we start from the point of view, which it is not my point of view, that Kosovo is independent, even Kosovo, because it is not recognized by certain number of member states, cannot ever join the European Union before Spain or Slovakia or Greece or Romania recognizes Kosovo as an independent country. It cannot even in theory become the member of the European Union. Serbia could be blocked because of Kosovo, but then it will be breaking the Copenhagen criteria.
Thank you.
And actually also Kosovo would be blocked either. So for them it's also impossible.
We need a win-win situation in
exactly.
in here. And I hope that European Union is a solution, because European Union, I look at as idea that can relax people both in Belgrade and Pristina to talk and to solve problems in dialogue. The dialogue itself is a very good thing, and we're having, and the European Union is a mediator, and there is some progress, and I think this is the only way that we can progress. Once we are on the right track, I think everything will be possible. And when I said everything is possible, I am an optimist in a good way, in a positive spirit.
Does the Serbian population living in Kosovo or in Republika Srpska understand the policies of Serbian government?
I don't, probably not. probably not as the population in Serbia itself doesn't always agrees with the policies of its government. I will tell you one thing. For example, you mentioned Republika Srpska. Republika Srpska is it's the better part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, in every single sense. I mean, I'm not talking about now from the national point of view, or ethnical, or the religious. Economy of Republika Srpska is the healthiest economy in the region. The politics of Republika Srpska is definitely healthier than politics of Sarajevo. Why? Because there is not a single politician in Republika Srpska who is in government or even in the opposition who was involved in anything to do with the war. The leader of Republika Srpska was a very strong opponent of Milosevic, Karadzic, Mladic. He was...
is it Milorad?
Milorad Dodik. He became the leader. He started to do politics 2-3 years after war was finished. So he's the clean man in Bosnian politics. He's defending his rights, as the leaders in Scotland are defending their right to be different from London, or leaders in Catalonia are defending their rights to be different than people in Madrid, or the people, I don't know, I cannot give more comparisons. People in Munich are different from people in Berlin. I mean, this is completely legitimate, and we should not mix notions here. Serbs in Kosovo, unfortunately, only small proportion of them stayed in Kosovo because they were kicked out by the Albanian majority in 1999. There are around, Serbs in Kosovo are around 20% of the population. We had census in Kosovo, first time after 20 years, a couple of months ago. People were always talking about 2 million Albanians in Kosovo. The census organized by the Albanian government in Pristina came out with the result that there is only 1.5 million of the population, which means that Serbs are around 20-22% of the population in Kosovo. Croats, with 17% in Bosnia and Herzegovina, have always the president, prime minister, or the foreign minister. They have their own separate entity. They can veto any decision. Serbs have no rights in Kosovo. From that perspective, I mean, we need to have the same set of criteria for the whole of the Balkans.
And this actually is also bridging to our next question. We wanted to ask, what do you think could be uniting solution for Kosovo that both sides, the Kosovo Albanians and Serbia, could unite on? Would, for example, the same model as is working now, as you maybe were pointing at this, which is in place in Bosnia and Herzegovina, could it be applied also for Kosovo, or something
it could have. We had we did not have the real negotiations on Kosovo, unfortunately, in this whole process. But Kosovo was offered the position that Republika Srpska has within Bosnia and Herzegovina by Belgrade, to have the widest possible autonomy. And they did not accept it because they wanted to be independent. And I mean, from my point of view, this independence is a sham. It's it's completely illegal, and it is not only about being nationalistic, being Serb and Albanian. I mean, when you break a principle on one case, how can you then uphold it in the another place? I mean, once it is possible to have self-declaration of independence, it then can be like a virus. It can spread all around the region. That's why I think it is dangerous. Precedent was made. Unluckily, the majority of the world does not recognize Kosovo. I mean, we have a Eurocentric perspective, even us in Serbia, that most of the European Union recognized Kosovo, which is true, but some countries didn't. But most of the world, in population and in countries, did not. I mean, if you take it that nobody in South America recognized, China, Russia, India, this is already majority of the human population in the world. And, of course, legally Kosovo is not a member of the United Nations. Therefore, it cannot become the member of the European Union. And I think we should look for the solution without all these big structures. Serbs and Albanians should sit down, we are open for dialogue, and discuss this further.
Maybe apart from this question, do you believe that Serbia can catch up with Montenegro and enter the European Union at the same time?
Oh, I don't know what the status of Montenegro has. I believe that we can catch up. I mean, we are now candidates. Montenegro, I think, is going to open the negotiation process. And it will be very good, positive for everybody in the region if Montenegro was accepted not only for the European Union but also for NATO. Montenegro is, very lucky in a sense that Montenegro could be easily absorbed into the structures, but it will be also a strong signal for everybody in the region if Montenegro is advancing. Not only Montenegro but also Bosnia and Herzegovina, also Macedonia, Albania. I mean, we are all in the same pot. I mean, the Serbia is neighboring country to all of these countries, and it is in our interest that they are also going forward. For the economy, for everything, for the life of the ordinary man, it is important that there is a strong signal that it is going to be stability. And the European Union is a key there. We can criticize EU. Once you join the EU, you start then being picky. This is not good. But while you're outside of the disco in the rain and people are dancing and having fun, exactly. People inside say, it's too hot, we are sweating, the beer is not too cold, it's not good. But if you're outside, and the bouncer is not letting you in, you're in trouble.
Yes, of course.
So our perspective is somebody from outside.
No, but it will change.
And we are in the row, and we are fighting now who's going to be first. But listen, once the door opens, there's a chance for everybody to get in. And Montenegro is good; they're always strong. We should push them. They're the best to break the door.
Yes, and the last question: how can cultural diplomacy, or how do you see cultural diplomacy helping solve conflicts around?
In Western Balkans, let's say.
Not only in the Balkans, everywhere in the world. Look at the culture. True. What is the culture? The culture is I have my group, and I tell them, listen, group, you need to pay me because these people are bad. They're bad, they're evil, and they want to hurt you. And the world is a dangerous place. And they believe it because they don't know anything about the other group. And the cultural relationship is a very wide thing. It's not only writers and poets. It is also about people from business being able to exchange. There's also, when I say culture, there's a political culture, business culture, music culture. There are lots of kinds of cultures. And if the people are on different levels connected, especially the people who are influential, like the businessmen, if the businessmen find their interest to trade between Slovenia and Serbia, politicians who depend on businessmen who finance their campaigns will not dare mess up. If there is no business between Slovenia, if we don't know anything about Slovenians or Slovakians, it is very easy to tell us, listen, these guys are bad, these guys are like this, these guys are like that. In that sense, I think that bringing people together, mixing, is the most important. And this is what the Europe is about from our perspective.
Thank you very much for all the answers, and we would like, of course, to express our gratitude for all the time you spent with us, and we would like to wish you all the best also in your great career, and hope that maybe one day again you will be cooperating with our institute. Thank you very much.
I will, I promise.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.